What's up everybody, Kyle2000 here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have my Hell in a Cell 2021 reactions. And I'm sorry if this is out a bit late on Monday evening because this morning I had someone over. He was installing a new cooker, so I wasn't able to record a video. Just because the background noise is like them installing it. But yeah, let's get into it anyway. And before we actually get into it, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well while you're doing that. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of Hell in a Cell 2021. So let's get straight into it. Natalya defeated Mandy Rose on the pre-show. I actually didn't get to watch this match because the Hell in a Cell didn't kick off till like 1 a.m. here in Ireland. I took a little I put the pre-show on and kind of took a little nap during it. Yeah, so I went to kind of close my eyes for an hour, which I probably regret because it made me tired for the whole show. I thought it'd give me a bit of energy, but it didn't. Anyway, let's just continue on. Not really much to say. Natalya with the submission victory over Maddie. Tamina and Dana Brooke were at ringside, so I'm confused. Why didn't they just make this a women's tag title match? But it's WWE and they never seem to defend any sort of tag team titles. I can't remember the last time the SmackDown titles were on the line or the Raw tag team titles. Like, I think Mania was the last time I seen the Raw tag team championships. Mania was probably the last time I seen the women's when Mandy slipped. And I couldn't even tell you the last time the SmackDown tag team titles were on a pay-per-view. It's been that long. So WWE, just kind of focus a bit on your tag division. You have it there for, like, just come on. Main show started off with Bianca Baszler defeating Bayley inside Hell in a Cell. This was actually a decent matchup. A few good spots. Bayley, Bianca had her hair tied. Can't remember if Bayley tied it to the chair or not. But yeah, and Bianca was able to use the chair to counter while it was tied to her hair. She used her hair again to tie it around Bayley's arm. You know, got to keep the wrist control, as they like to say during Okada matches, and actually hit her with a lariat. Picked her up again, a lariat. And yeah, I really enjoyed the finish of this match. She hit the KOD, which is the was it the Psycho Driver? Super Dragon's old move anyway, you know the one I'm on about, where it got her up on the shoulders and dropped her down onto a ladder. Looked sick. The ladder was up as well. The ladder was down, but the legs were up, so she bounced and closed it down. Looked sick, and a solid matchup. But this is kind of my problem with gimmick pay-per-view matches. Did this need to be inside Hell in a Cell? No. Did Hell in a Cell really add to this match? Not really. And this is why I don't like these gimmick pay-per-views. They water down these match types. Like Hell in a Cell, it used to be a way to end blood feuds, you know, like Batista, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, and even Taker and Foley in '98, Taker and Shawn in the first one. You know, Hell in a Cell normally is a way to blow off these big feuds. But now it's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, so we need to have 2 or 3 Hell in a Cell matches just because. And because there's 2 or 3 Hell in a Cell matches on the same card, it's kind of hard for people to be innovative because there's so many, and it's kind of hard to come up with new stuff to do. So yeah, I just kind of hope that we kind of fade away from these gimmick pay-per-views and just have gimmick matches when feuds and stuff call for them. Then Seth Rollins defeated Cesaro by pinfall. The finish of this was actually pretty good. Cesaro was in control. Rollins kind of rolled through and kind of snuck the victory with a roll-up and got the 3 count. Again, Seth Rollins and Cesaro, great chemistry together, always put on great matches. And this was just another solid matchup. Again, not really much else to say. But yeah, a good, solid match. Then probably 2 matches that I didn't really care about the most. And a match that I honestly couldn't really tell you anything about. I'm trying to think back to this match, and literally all I can remember is the finish. Alexa Bliss picking up the win with the Twisted Bliss, I believe she calls it, her splash off the top rope. And yeah, she got the win over Shayna Baszler, of course. Reginald and Nia Jax were also there. But there's not much else for me to say. I don't really recall much of this matchup. Then Sami Zayn defeated Kevin Owens. Again, another fantastic matchup, as you would expect from Owens and Sami. Up until this point, this was the best thing on the show for me. And Sammy got the win with the haluva kick. And he did hit the haluva kick. I remember him hitting him at one point, but I was trying to think, did he actually put him away, or was it like a roll up or something? No, yeah, I believe it was the haluva kick. And as I predicted with this and the Cesaro match, 50-50 booking for Mania. KO got the win at Mania, Sammy gets the win here, Cesaro gets the win at Mania, Seth gets the win here. Just predictable 50-50 booking. But two good matchups because they have great chemistry together. And Sammy and KO never disappoint. And like Sammy actually got his like mouth busted at one point, which kind of added to the match. But if you're thinking of stuff, this Sammy versus Kevin, if you know the history, not even just going back to PWG and Ring of Honor and the stuff as Generico and Steen, if you just look at the history in NXT, you just not even just NXT, but if you look at the history since they went to the main roster, it's always Sammy and Kevin. Literally every single time they're here in the same company, they're always intertwined together. Like this is a match because of the history that Hell in a Cell would have worked and probably would have added to. Like if it hadn't been like watered down Hell in a Cell. Also, while I'm speaking that, the red cell, get rid of it. Just bring back the steel looking cell, not this toy looking place. I hate the red cell. It just looks so shit. But Sammy got the win. Next up, Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea Ripley by disqualification, which again, this match not really special. I can't really recall a lot that happened. It is kind of your typical Charlotte Rhea match that we've seen before, and the finish absolutely sucked. Rhea grabbed the cover off the announce table, hit Charlotte Flair and got DQ'd. But I could swear that I've seen people use that matches and not get DQ'd. Like people bounce people off it. But yeah, referee called for a DQ and Rhea retains by disqualification. After the match, she beat down Flair and hit Riptide on her. And they were like, Rhea was kind of celebrating the DQ win. But I thought Rhea was the face. But was Charlotte the face? And Rhea's the heel, or was this a double turn? I have no idea. And it's just confusing. But again, Rhea retains by DQ, which means we're going to get another Rhea and Charlotte match. And as I said in my predictions, I like Rhea, I like Charlotte, but just give me something that I haven't seen before. Not even that I haven't seen before, that I haven't seen in the past year. Like we got Rhea and Charlotte last year at WrestleMania, and a year later we're getting at this again. You know, just kind of freshen up your division a bit and allow someone else to challenge. Like give Naomi a shot, give Natalya a shot, just give someone else a shot. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. And speaking of giving people new shots, Bobby Lashley defeats Drew McIntyre, which means Drew McIntyre can no longer challenge Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. So we are getting a fresh face in the probably not a fresh face, probably someone who's been in the main event picture before, but someone that's not Drew. Because Drew, he's been carrying the WWE's main title division since Mania. He's literally been, or Mania last year, I should say. He won the belt there, basically held it for the whole year. He dropped it to Randy in between, and then won it back. Dropped it then to Miz after Miz cashed in. Miz dropped it to Lashley, and ever since, Drew's been the only challenger for Lashley. But yeah, again, this was a decent match as you'd expect. Even though I've seen this match about 1 million times between WWE and TNA, I swear I've seen Lashley and Drew feud for the belt for years. But Drew was defeated. This was what you would expect between these two. Physical match, using the cage a lot. Use of kendo sticks, chairs, tables. MVP got involved. He came in. Ended up getting locked in the cell. I can't remember off the top of my head how the door actually got opened. But MVP ended up on the inside. Drew kind of got distracted, beating up MVP. Lashley ends up getting him into hurt lock, and Drew's kind of bashed him into the cage trying to get him to break, and he couldn't, and ended up driving him back into a table that was set up kind of on the outside, which was a good spot that. And then the finish, MVP kind of caught Drew's leg and Bobby capitalized. I can't remember exactly what he hit him with, but he was able to capitalize off MVP's distraction to get the pinfall and retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship inside Hell in a Cell. And yeah, that's kind of really everything that I can think of. There might have been some backstage stuff that I just can't remember because they weren't memorable. But yeah, that is it for my Hell in a Cell 2021 reactions. Let me know what you thought of Hell in a Cell in the comment section below. Leave a like on this video. I was kind of forgetting what I was saying. Leave a like on this video, subscribe and all that stuff. And I will see you in the next one.